Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to play Shyvana after all the recent changes. The main differences for Shyvana is you don't want to take Resolve Tree secondary. It got nerfed pretty hard, a lot of the runes in the Resolve Tree, to where going for inspiration for your boots Cosmic is definitely the better choice at the moment. Another thing to keep in mind on Shyvana is dragons became a lot tankier. So if you want to cheese down dragons just as effectively or more, you're going to want to rush a damage first item such as Bork. Bork does really well, or you'd go Sunfire instead of Gaunts because Sunfire has huge on hit damage from its Flame Touch passive. So if you want to cheese those dragons, now that they're tankier and now that they give way more stats, you're pretty much always going to want a Bork rush. And on top of that, instead of going for Red Smite, you're pretty much always going to go for Blue Smite instead because Red Smite got nerfed. So this video is mainly just going to be updated for the items and runes. That way you guys are taking more optimal stuff. Because like Red Smite Shyvana right now is very meh. And rushing a tank item on Shyvana is very meh. Because then it makes it hard for you to cheese down dragons. Which is what she's insane at because of her passive 20% increased damage against dragons. So Shyvana is easily one of the best beginner junglers in the game at the moment. I think even better than Master Yi. Master Yi is generally dependent on having a pill support on your team such as Lulu, Yuumi, Zillion, in the same way that an Olaf is. If you don't have some kind of support to speed you up, oftentimes you can struggle. You can leave the last two tiny ones and still get your level 3, level 4. So Shyvana doesn't really need anything to pill for her. She can optimize into more AP, more AD, more tank. She has insane item options. And since dragons are stronger than ever in terms of how long they take to kill and in terms of how many stats they give, she's just perfect since she takes them so fast. We're up against the Zed jungle. Zed jungle's been popping off. I think it's because they nerfed the Resolve Tree and they also nerfed Red Smite. Zed's a bit more of a Blue Smite style jungler. So literally Zed's win rate and pick rate's gone up so much. He's now a top 15 jungler from being basically off meta. I think he's coming to invade me right now. Auto attack Q. Oh no, he just popped the plant though. I like to take these at the same time, but I was a little worried, so I was just going to cheese down the blue buff really fast. Shyvana's full clear is about the same speed as a Master Yi full clear. You're going to be finishing around 325 and you'll be pretty much full HP by the time you finish. Zed went bot side. We're going to max our E first. Auto attack Q reset. Top lane's looking gankable. Generally don't like ganking for Kells and Vladimirs early on. The way you want to gauge your ganks with champions that are hard to gank for is, can you kill the enemy by yourself? And I think I can. If he also steps up 1E auto attack Q reset, this dude's gonna die. I don't think Zed's taken his Krugs yet. Kel's shoving in a wave, so auto attack Q reset. I'm gonna do my best to try to leave the original medium golem. That way the camp doesn't reset. If you leave the original medium, the camp won't respawn. Oh. So here's the Zed. Yeah. If he didn't come over there, it would have just been sitting there, level 1 Krug camp, low XP expenditure, and it would have been really funny. Ooh, this guy's overstaying. Auto attack E. We're not gonna have a way to close. This is why it sucks ganking for things like Kel. He reacted pretty fast and he also has high base movement speed, so we're overstaying here a little bit. We're gonna go ahead, pick up recurve bow with a control word, W out of base for the movement speed, and continue with full clear. Shyvana is extremely simplistic in your clear outs. It's pretty much always full clear, gank, full clear, gank. The only time you deviate is when you're super confident a kill elsewhere is pretty much guaranteed because of the HP or the positioning and whatnot. Auto attack Q reset. If you're playing more of an AD on hit Shyvana, so if you want to go like Bork into the Titanic, that type of stuff, it's perfectly fine. You do that when your team's super magic damage heavy. In that case, it's actually fine to max Q second. But if you're playing Shyvana neutral, AP and AD, or if you're playing your AP heavy, you pretty much always max your W second instead of Q second. And our team is, I think we'll be playing neutral. We'll be playing hybrid because our team has 2 APs and 2 ADs, so we might as well get a little bit of both since it's viable on Shyvana. Ahri's full HP. We could catch this wave if our mid laner lingers bot side. You can take exhaust on Shyvana, that's fine. It does help out with your ganks, but it can hurt your 1v1s against heavy healing enemy junglers like Warwick, Zinzao. It's a Zed, so like exhaust probably would have been the better option instead of ignite. Exhaust is way underutilized by junglers. I mean, it's a lower cooldown than flash, and arguably does way more than a flash does as well. This doesn't seem to be warded. We're going to auto attack, Q reset him, ignite him. I don't want to risk him getting away, so if he ends up flashing or something, and then I'm just like one auto attack off from killing him, it would be super bitter. Auto attack, Q reset. We want to finish dumping the wave, so 𝐒𝐿's not going to miss anything here. In fact, this is going to help her because there's no risk of the wave freezing or ending up in a weird spot, and most likely the wave will be good for her when she comes back. Since I crashed it underneath turret, her minions are going to end up reinforcing first, so even one's half HP, it doesn't matter if the wave reinforces way faster. And her backline's under turret, so yeah, it should be fine. We're sitting on R, so we can look for blind invades here. Even though Zed could be here and Ahri could rotate, as long as we kind of hold it off to the side, we should be fine. It's like Ahri randomly rotated. I wonder if I was on a ward. I felt like I hugged the wall. If you hug this wall, wards in this bush can't see you, but that could have been what happened there. We're going to go ahead, grab our pickaxe and a longsword, and head out of base with W speed up. We'll grab red buff and a dragon. Zed's red buff's up, so he's likely to be topside. There's a small chance he's trying to solo dragon right now. I don't know if he can, though. Zed solo dragon, that'd be weird. Especially after the dragon buffs. They're kind of hard to solo right now. So he's going bot side. He's only level 5. He hit his level 6 kind of late because he hasn't had successful ganks. If you're not having successful ganks, it really slows you down because you need to leech minion XP to hit fast level 6s as a jungle once or twice. It's the fastest way to do it, most consistent way. We'll go kill these guys. Auto attack. Oh, this guy's in trouble. Auto attack, Q reset. Oh, come on, Ashe, you can do it. It's worth 2 for 1. Ashe gets double buffs. We'll take it. Zed still had R because he got a kill level 5. And yeah, we kind of just got chunked out there. It's definitely worth, though. 1 for 2 plus our team gets the double buffs. I'll take it. We're going to push back out for dragon. W out of base. And we also get our magical footwear faster, which is pretty sweet. Kills and assists make you get it quicker, so that's an upside, even if we do die there. After our Bork, we're going to go for Frostfire. If you're playing lethal tempo Shyvana, then you'd go for Sunfire Aegis for the on-hit. Jeez, it's annoying. That's so... Bard is such an annoying champion. Please hit that guy. Yes. That's what he gets, like, honestly. He's being so greedy. His jungle's most likely topside, and he's just gonna troll like that. That dragon's gonna be sick. 6% bonus AD and AP. It used to only be 4%. Some dragons got doubled, like Wind Dragon. And even Wind Soul got buffed, which is nuts, because it was already one of my favorite dragons. He gets Herald. Herald's honestly not that good right now. If you're there when the Herald dies, you get 200 gold, like our team does. So it's kind of weird that they added that. Like 200 gold's a lot. It's almost a kill. So I feel like they did that because pro play in the solo queue environment. That's kind of rough. Because if we're gonna get 200 gold off this, I'm gonna blue some item. Should die from the turret shot, yeah. And check it out. We're gonna get our 200 gold. Boom. It says 200 local gold. It said 25 there for killing it, but I assume we got 200 local there. Go ahead and double check me, because it did say that in the patch notes. As long as you stay in combat with your auto attacks and your Qs, you get to stay in dragon form for way longer, which is why you don't really play Shyvana full AP anymore. Because the value you get from being able to stay in combat and stay in your form is more valuable. Also, the Grump helped us stay in dragon form, like the mana added to our Fury bar, which is kind of sick. I didn't realize it did that. I wonder if fruits give you... Let's see. Oh, fruits do a little bit. Yeah, it looks like fruits do give you a little bit of Fury, not much. Go ahead and take this guy as Raptors. A little dangerous, so we'll pull it out and keep a close eye on Ahri. Auto attack Q reset. Alright, we're good to go. So that's not particularly fed, and we do have our boots, so we're kind of fast. Now that we have our R, we can get away from pretty much anything. Your Shyvana R is basically a Malphite R. It does damage, it CCs them, and they can't cancel it once it starts, so... The only difference is it's not a very big knockup. It's a very small knockback. Malphite R is a pretty big knockup style ability. Looks like Yasuo is roaming mid. He's going to come back. Looks like he had vision on me there. We're going to blue smite this guy. 𝐒𝐿 doesn't have R, unfortunately, so I don't really want to dive that. This is obviously warded. The fact that he kind of started his jump animation so soon. Looks like Zed's bot side. He's going to die. He has nowhere to go. Shyvana is absolutely brutal. People are trying to hide underneath their turret. Your East chunk. It's doing over 400 damage. So the fireball explodes, dealing an additional 164 instead of just 264. So it's doing like 400 damage, and then it scorches the earth for 426. So if they stand on it, it's doing nearly 800 damage if they stand on it total, which is freaking nuts for an ability this early in the game. All right, for our boots against these guys, we don't have tenacity, so I feel like we have to go for Merc Treads here, or we could go for Lucids. Man, that's a really tough call. We'll go ahead and push Mercs. You need some kind of tenacity against their team. They have Bard Stun, Ahri Charm. Even though it's only 2 CCs, we're the front line for our team, so we're probably going to be eating those a lot of the time. The Yasuo CC's displacement, so it's not really going to help us against that. Auto attack Q reset. We used W slightly too early there. Auto attack to extend your W duration. So if you use W from a little bit too far away, you're not getting full value from it. Guess we'll skip Krugs because there's some weird stuff going on over here. Zed might greed invade. Or he'll just go for Scuttle because that's coming up. We're going to play for this dragon. Auto attack Q reset. This bard's a troll. It's always trying to tickle our pickle. Hey, friend. Oh, that's lame. We got ignited, so we'll just pull back and heal. We don't have to really do anything. Red buff's gonna heal us really fast. When you're not in combat with enemy champions, red buff healing's kind of nuts. Gets way better the higher your champion level. He also gets a solo kill top. It's super disappointing with how much help we've given there. We can still carry this game. It's just going to be harder if Yasuo's getting fed like that for free solo. Zed's chilling on dragon. Oh man, Samir's way out of position. We got the bard. Oh my god. Sivir with the flash play. That's probably not worth for us, especially if they get that dragon. They probably won't be able to because 𝐒𝐿's there. She looks like she keeps AFKing though, so I don't know if she's laggy. Ash should just go in there. Yeah, never mind. They're gonna get that dragon. It's a bit of an oof. Oh man, that sucks. Giving up drags on Shyvana is no fun. We need to get our dragon form back up. I feel like their team has better synergy overall. They have much higher KP as a whole. 5 KP on their AD carry. Their AD carry has as much KP as our bot lane combined. Bard got Ashard, nice. See if Sylas can finish, very cool. I'll attack Q reset. Kite this towards the rest of our jungle. We could go solo this Zed. It's just that we don't really have lane prio, so I'm not really looking for an invade on him. Wow, he also has a lot of items now. He's sitting on shield bow plus executioners. Holy cow, he's big. My ignite's on cooldown as well, so fighting him may not be the best idea. Yeah, that's rough. Wow, that landed. Ashar was up again. That's on a really short cooldown. They also burn flash. We're gonna have to be really patient in this game, let these guys make mistakes. Right now they have quite a bit more tempo than we have. Ashe is wandering in some really dangerous areas. Hey guys, Bard's inside. Auto attack Q reset, down he goes. These guys are playing messy enough, we can definitely come back. The biggest way to come back in League is just letting the enemies make mistakes, which they will. As long as you're alive and you're ready to punish it, they'll be there for it. Oof, that Ashar hit though. It's close. Very close. Let Sylas get that so he doesn't freak out. See if we can snag another camp. We're gonna have to grab a Thornmail because of the Yasuo healing and Zed healing. Sucks, it is what it is. We gotta come over here now. Things are about to get weird. Maybe not. It seemed like they were gonna fight there and they just decided not to. Is this warded? I'll attack Q reset. Look at his health though. We're actually dodging everything. We dodged every single one of his Qs. I think he even ignited us there too, and he had more gold spent than us. But the E auto attack Q, we did half of his health immediately because Bork OP, man. Your Q applies on hit effects twice, so we did basically 36% of his current HP instantly off of one auto attack Q reset, not including any of the other damage outputs such as 111 magic damage from hitting him 3 times. That goes on cooldown. 20-second cooldown, still his movement speed. So I'm saying Bork Rush Shyvana is hyper underrated. If you look at her highest win rate builds, they all involve Bork, and it's generally with Bork rushed first item as well. Kel's still in camps. That's not good for us. The last thing you want when you're like needing to carry your team is to have arguably like the weaker player or weakest player taking stuff, because no matter how much stuff they get, they're only going to be able to contribute so much. I'm assuming that Kel's laggy because her CS score is like really, really low. There's someone in that bush. Dragon's coming up in 50. Oh, it's warded too. Yup. Zed's rotating mid, so it's Ahri, Zed mid, 3 of them bot. Sylas just randomly top lane for some reason. As long as we're all alive for Dragon, doesn't really matter how many times teammates die, as long as we actually play for the objectives. We're sitting on double item power spike. We're pretty big. In terms of gold spent, we're actually the most fed player in the game right now. Sivir could probably buy something pretty big though. Oh man, maybe we should R for this. And pray that her R is on cooldown. I like how fast we are. It feels balanced. Oh, she actually lived. I'm not going to say that's lucky, but that was very fortunate for her. If her charm was up just a quarter of a second later, my E was going to go off. It's just barely on cooldown there. Sylas ended up turning the fight. The enemy's overextended. Ahri has 0 deaths. Holy smokes. I know we can solo Zed, but we should just do Dragon instead. I don't know why Sylas didn't come for it. Dragon's the most obvious win con for our team. The enemies are kind of spawning in right now, so we need to hurry. Taking it super fast. Just Shyvana things. I smited way too soon. Holy crap. Earth Drag gives 9% armor and magic resist. Holy fudge. That's a lot. Wow, what did they buff that from? Was it at 5 or 6%? That's insane. That's actually way too much. For champions like Rammus, Rammus might actually be like S+ tier if he gets the mountain drags. If only you could choose your dragon option, Rammus would be so stupid now. 9% seems like a bit much. So much damage from Zed there. He did 1/3 of my health. Stick an E on those turd bags. As long as we don't die, that's all that counts. Our R is a very short cooldown too. Shorter than most characters in the game. It doesn't really affect us to have to use R to survive, especially if they burn an R to do it. Third item rush. We could get away with Moggs. We could go demonic. I feel like Moggs might be a little bit better. Getting the ability haste. We could even look for a higher amount of ability haste off of like demonic. Not demonic, but cosmic drive. Cosmic or cleaver. Cleaver's not terrible on Bork Shyvana because Bork does a lot of physical damage. Even though Bork sounds like a really weird Shyvana item, it's not bad. HP, crap load of ability haste. It's a little awkward. Yeah, Zed split pushing. That might pay off for right now, but I think it's actually a really bad idea because he can't solo me. So if he splits, in theory, I should just be able to go down there and eat him alive. I'm actually feeling the Titanic second item. I think Titanic's best here. Tankiness against their bursty Ahri and bursty Zed. It's going to be way more valuable than having some extra AP. Plus, Ashe isn't doing that much physical damage, so these guys are likely to stack some more magic resist and whatnot. Oh, okay. Oh, the Zed outplays. Oh my god. They buffed his R a long time ago. It gives him like 10 seconds to dash back to the original location. So Zed outplays are actually just brainless now. Not to sound like a negative Nancy, but it's the truth. Zed outplays 2 years ago took skill. A while back, it was like 6 months or a year ago. They were like, you know what? 7 seconds isn't enough. They made it. It was like 10 or 12 seconds. They basically doubled it for Zed to be able to jump back to his original R location. So he can straight up run away from me for like over 10 seconds and then just boop, R back. It's like, there's no skill to that. I know exactly what he's going to do, but there's nothing I can do about it because he gets 10 seconds to build distance between the original location. Like, there's no counterplay to that. Speaking of counterplay, holy moly. 2.5 items spent Sivir just got demolished by 2.5 items Shyvana. That is what we call Giga Balance, and that is why you rush Bork. Borkin for the porkin. Borkin for the porkin. I'm going to be taking that red buff. I need it. The only person on our team giving great value is Ashe and Sylas at the moment. Ashe with her R's and Sylas because he's fed and he hasn't thrown a shutdown gold yet, which is super important. Like, if you're fed and you die, there's no point of you even being fed because like if I die right now, they get 1,000 gold. It's more than 3 kills worth of gold for just killing one person. Kind of nuts. I think shutdown gold is a good idea, but it's just they went too far with it. I think the max gold you should get for killing someone is 2 kills worth of gold. I think more than 3 is a bit much. A little bit much. I'm totally not biased as Evelyn main. I guess I should say former Evelyn main. I don't think she's... I mean, she's better now than she's been in the last 6 months, but I don't think she's good enough to be at anyone's main right now. Unless you just really enjoy the champion. She still can't really one-shot anything. She's just better at surviving because her healing's more consistent. Yeah, these guys split pushing is such a big mistake. I think it's a huge mistake. Because they can't solo me. You know, you don't send someone to split when there's someone on the enemy team who can absolutely dominate them. It's like sending, like, let's say you send your, it's a good example. Let's say you send your Renekton to split push, but the enemy team has a Jax. It's like, what is Renekton gonna do against Jax? He's gonna get demolished. I need my R to get over the wall to get there faster. Samir's taking all my Krugs. Alright, here we go. We got off an E before we got Zonya'd. I don't know what Zed thinks he's gonna do about this. Got it. Nice try, Zed, but not nice enough. Zoom, zoom. Keep getting Bard stunned. Yeah, his Bard's actually pulling a lot of weight on his team. The main issue they're running into is their comp is really bad. Even though Zed jungle is a lot more viable right now than he's been in a while, they don't have a proper engage tool to set up their massive backline. Realistically, with how meta Sivir is right now, she's like Jinx. She has enough damage to carry her team. All she needs her team to do is to slow the enemies down and hold them still. And their team just doesn't have that. A good jungle option in this game for them would have been Zac. Zac would have been insane with the Yasuo combo. He's a goner. Nice try, Bard. Zac would have been good. Even Diana would have been solid with her R synergy with the Yasuo. Diana can also frontline. Diana has a lot of tanky style builds, which Zed doesn't. Tanky kind of bruiser Zed isn't viable right now. Closest thing to that is when Black Cleaver's kind of overtuned, and you'll see a lot of Black Cleaver Zed with maybe a Titanic and stuff like that. We're sitting on... We could go with Themis Chains even. If they had one person on their team who's just clearly overfed, I would go with Themes, but it's just not worth here. It's just not worth it. Could go with the Warmot. I mean, Thornmail. Thornmail wouldn't be terrible. I'm gonna stick with Rylai's. I mean, Rylai's is okay, but it's really for the demonic. You can consistently apply the demonic with your E. And E in Dragon Form, since your Dragon Form also has burn, damage over time. You also have your W, which is damage over time, and your R itself, which does magic damage. So the only time I could see you wanting to go Rylai's on Shyvana is if your team had just an absurd backline. Like, let's say you had like Twitch support with Jinx, like you had double Shredder on your team, and you just needed to be tank and hold enemies still, then I'd probably play Rylai's on Shyvana. It'd make you an artificial CC machine. Otherwise, there's no point. They failed to get shutdowns from our 3 top players, so they're going to struggle till they do. We're getting a whopping 18% bonus armor and magic resist. See, that's what I'm saying. That's broken. If we get another Earth Dragon, it's 27% bonus armor and magic resist plus the Earth Soul. That's way too strong. This is why I think Shyvana is just broken right now. They need to nerf the dragons or nerf her 20% bonus damage against the dragons. It's too good. Hey, look at Kel go. Got it. Kel stays alive with her R. Hey, everybody, you want to party? Oh, hey, Bard. He hit me with his Q. Let's see if it'll be enough. Auto attack Q reset. I'll ignite him. I didn't get off my blue smite on her in time. Ooh, that Ashar. Holy crap. It's actually playing a epic shooter over there. Her R's look like auto attacks. They heat sink in on them. I think that's GG's. There's no coming back from that. They needed to get shutdowns and they just couldn't. Oh, baby. Let's look at the damage charts. Damage dealt, damage taken, for old time's sake. Looking at damage dealt enemy champions, we had the most in the game. Sick. Looking at damage taken, we also took the most in the game. And I have a very strong feeling we self-mitigated the most as well. Self-mitigated being your armor, magic resists, shields, or damage mitigation. Let's see. Damage, but where is it? Self-mitigated. Yep. We also self-mitigated the most. He also did a lot because his passive is broken, plus the shield bow. So we did the most, we took the most, and for the runes, really, really solid value. I really like this setup, and if you guys play it, you'll definitely climb or win more games in general. It's super overpowered. The only true counterplay to it is if you're getting invaded by stuff like Elise and they're shutting you down pre-6, because ultimately Shyvana pre-6 is a bit of a throwaway champion. Even if her 1v1s are solid, especially with Ignite, she can't handle fighting Warwicks or Elises. And her ganks pre-6 are just top 10 worst in the game, so... yeah, definitely give this a try. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to hack the algorithm. My name is 𝐒𝐿. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.